Nation, he is back. Jeg Coughlin here in the Freak Nation.
Love it.
I've run out of counting NHRA Pro Stock Championships with this dude. But Happy New Year, man.
Thank you. Thank you. Happy New Year to you guys and everyone that's out there enjoying the show.
Hey, how long do you say Happy New Year to people? Do you carry that through February or March or April?
You know, we're probably about that time.
Yeah.
We've probably reached that limit, so to speak. But, you know, when you don't see someone into the new year, you know, I don't think it's completely inappropriate.
Thank you. Okay, so in 2 weeks, when you go to the Skag Pro Shootout, and if you haven't seen someone yet, will you say on day one before qualifying, Happy New Year?
Yeah, you could. It's possible.
There you go. It still means something. It's still worth it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hey, Jeggy, we were talking about us working the kinks off in this new kinks out in this new studio, and it'll probably take a few weeks to get all the kinks. All right, to where we're completely comfortable that things aren't going to implode. But I would imagine it's very similar to you hopping into a brand new race car, and it may look the same, feel the same, but my God, it ain't the same as the race car you had previous. You ever had any issues like that?
Never. It's always been perfect. What are you talking about?
Come on.
No, absolutely. No, there's, you know, everything has its little personalities. Race cars, studios, it doesn't matter. Houses, you just got to work the kinks out and get things the way you need them to be. Right. So it's great to be a part of another new SpeedFreaks studio here. I think we've done this, you know, for the last 25 plus years.
It's odd. I got to say, last time you were in here, Statman was here. Statman retiring after 25 years. We have Cole Cusimano in here now. Richard C. Suave's still here. At least I think he is. He might have run out the door by the time we get through this.
After tonight?
Yes. Yeah. But you're right. 25 years of you coming in here to the Freak Nation. But something that's happening in a couple of weeks, the NHRA, the Pro Superstar Shootout in Bradenton, Florida. This is becoming like Long Beach, where the party and atmosphere is as important as the drag racing, right?
Yeah. I'd say there's definitely a party there and a race breaks out. It's a good time. You know, as we prepare for the NHRA season to kick off in March, this will be the second, I guess, annual, second year that, you know, Skag Power Equipment and the pro organization has put on the Superstar Shootout. So last year being the inaugural event at Bradenton Motorsports Park was a huge success all the way around, you know, from, you know, the Top Fuel Funny Car, the Pro Stock, some of the Sportsman Lucas Oil series that were racing there. The fan attendance was fantastic. You know, 300 and what did Tasker run? 341 miles per hour in his funny car. So yeah, it was sweet. You know, Bradenton's always been kind of the Disneyland for pro stock. You know, preseason we would always, most of the pro stock teams in my lifetime would usually take their new car, try and go down to Bradenton, shake out all the new car blues, but the beauty of it is usually the weather is good. It's usually cool, crisp in the morning, so you get really, really fast conditions. As the afternoon comes in, the sun sets in. You know, you'll get you know, the crew chiefs will get tested a little bit with the track conditions and in warmer air naturally, and so it's always been a nice testing bed for us in my pro stock career, you know, dating back to the late 90s. So this being now a marquee event on our calendar for the year. I mean, it's the biggest event, single biggest event that we will attend in all of 2025. And, you know, we have a lot of folks to thank, you know, from Skag Power Equipment being the title right, and all the partners involved. Elite Motorsports had their hand in on bringing this event together last year. Richard Freeman, our fearless leader, and you know, to see this make it to a second year and kind of running it back, so to speak, is going to be a lot of fun.
Okay, real quick, I want to tap into what you just said about attendance. This will be the biggest event fan-wise that you attend all year, bigger than the U.S. Nationals, the NHRA Super Bowl?
Now, I don't know that it's going to be on an attendance standpoint. They'll definitely come close to selling the place out, if not selling it out. We did last year. Bradenton's a little bit smaller facility. They did acquire all the grandstands from Palm Beach International Raceway, which are beautiful, aluminum grandstands, and the Musco lighting, from what I understand, have been continued to add to it last year, and I think they've made some more improvements this year. No, but from a purse standpoint, Top Fuel Funny Car and Pro Stock will be racing for the biggest purses of the year for us. So, and it's a one heck of a quote unquote warm up race as we head into the NHRA season.
All right, you've referenced warm up, you've referenced cool temps and the warm Florida air. It snowed in Florida last week. I mean, Are you really wanting these cool morning temps and sunshine in Florida? Is that what you're going to get? Come on.
I would say there's a real good chance we're going to see some lightning fast air conditions in the mornings, and it's going to be fast. It's going to be fast, most likely all weekend. As we look at the forecast, they just had the Pro Mod event. They're actually finishing the Pro Mod event there this evening.
True.
I didn't log on to see how that was going. I know they were down, I think, the semifinals of that. So, and they've got really, really fast conditions there. So we know that's going to carry over the next week and a half. We'll start testing a week from Wednesday. Go down a couple days early and try and shake the rust off of some of the driver, and us, the crews and the teams, and then we'll officially go into the Skag Power Equipment Pro Shootout shortly thereafter.
Jake Coughlin joining us here in the Speed Freaks pits as we are entering into our 25th year, Jeg being a multi-time NHRA Pro Stock champion. And I want to touch on something that we began this interview with. Kenny lightly mentioned NHRA, pulled back and said, yes, this is the Skag Pro Shootout coming up in a couple weeks. But you go to the Pro Shootout website, it has NHRA mentioned on it. It's not like there's love lost between the NHRA sanctioning body and Pro, the drivers group that puts this on, correct?
Correct. No, I don't believe there is. I think, maybe there was some of that building in the background a year ago plus, as things were kind of mounting to come to the inaugural event. But I think the Pro organization, Richard Freeman and the like, in NHRA as well, and all the sponsors. I mean, we all kind of cross-pollinate. So, I think we've all worked together very well on this. The Safety Safari, NHRA Safety Safari, will be a part of the event this year, from what I understand. So that's
so
that's very exciting too. So we had great facilities last year, but I think we'll see even that much more fine tuning to it this year with the Safety Safari, because they do one heck of a job.
And the bottom line is there's nothing wrong with trying something new. All racing series should do this. I mean, heck, NASCAR has with their Clash. IndyCar. Hello. Well, okay, they tried something new at Thermal.
Hello.
Well, okay. But yes, when you're talking about the top 2 classes, the Nitro classes, when they only have the top 8 running for the money, but then as the bottom 8, as far as qualifying goes, they end up running against each other. This is something that the fans don't get at any other race, which is amazing. You guys throw out record-breaking times. So yes, it's good to do something new. Fans appreciate that. After 25 some odd years of doing Speed Freaks, we appreciate it. So yes, props to Pro for putting this on.
Yeah, absolutely. I think when you see the second chance race in Top Fuel and Funny Car, where they actually run Top Fuel and Funny Cars together side by side, kind of as we did in the No Bowl Challenge back in the day in the Winston days. So that brings a whole nother element into the sport that we've seen in our lifetime. But it's neat to see it again. Even a seasoned veteran like myself, I'm a huge fan of the sport, and it's great to see things like that come back around and kind of put our toe in the water again. And NHRA is also, I don't know enough about this at this point in time, but their showcase of speed will be an event that happens in October at Valdosta, Georgia. And that'll be a first of its kind, a non-points event and a very scaled down field in Top Fuel, Funny Car, and Pro Stock. So probably more to come on that event as it develops, but will be exciting nonetheless for all of us competitors and fans of the sport.
Excuse me, what? We've been off since like a week or two before Christmas. Excuse me,
Well,
what?
welcome back. Welcome back.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's the showcase of speed? And clearly I missed.
Oh,
It will be my understanding is a non-points earning event in October. So
Okay.
we will see that continue to unfold.
New stuff coming. I love it.
Yep. February 6th, 7th, and 8th, Freak Nation, Bradenton, Florida. If you haven't made plans, if you're in that area, man, grab yourself some tickets before they sell out. Jeg Coughlin, of course, running the Pro Stock class. And before you get the hell out of here, when you win an NHRA event, we know what it's towards a championship.
Sure.
When you lose a NHRA race in the finals, it can sting until the next race. But you win this event or you lose this event, how does your brain translate that? Because it's a party, man.
Yeah, no, it's a great event. Prior to it, moving to Bradenton Motorsports Park, there was two events held at Orlando Speed World, just up the way, of which I won the event in 2020, the single year that I went to the event, and it was very, very cool. I think it was 75,000 more or less winner take all final, and my buddy Greg Anderson and I duked it out in the final, and as we have many times. Fortunately, in my case, the win light was on my side. So, but to your point, it's last year, we'll fast forward to the inaugural event last year in 24. I think I went out in round 2 and cheered on my teammate Eric Anders all the way through into the final and right into the winner's circle. So we were celebrating, a lot of champagne getting sprayed and a lot of hooting and hollering going on, and it was a great way to kick off the 24 season last year for us. So naturally, we don't want to let that rest. We want to celebrate again here in 25, and we've got a lot of really good chances with it. Elite's got a great lineup with myself, Troy Jr., my nephew, obviously Erica. Greg Stanfield is making a return to Pro Stock this year. It's going to be side by side with his son, Aaron Stanfield,
Wow.
who nearly won the Pro Stock championship last year. So in those 5 cars alone is going to be really nice. And then naturally we have the Quadra family that'll be competing, and Stephen Bell coming out of Lucas Oil Series and Factory Showdown trim into Pro Stock. So a lot of exciting stuff going on under our umbrellas. But that is just the tip of the iceberg. It's going to be a hell of a weekend.
You notice I didn't say anything about my Texas Longhorns, right?
I did notice that.
Just
and we
get
don't have, and naturally we miss Stats Man, and because he'd be pushing those Ohio State Buckeyes, and I didn't want to bring it up, so I'm glad you did.
Jag, just do it, Jag. Just get it out of the way.
It's all right. No, I mean, born and raised in Columbus, Ohio, it's hard not to be a Buckeye fan, and it was quite a up and down or emotional season. That loss early in the year to Oregon was one we felt like slipped through our fingers, and then naturally when the team up north gets the best of us, it almost feels like it crushes everything. But naturally our team stuck together and had one heck of a plan in the new era of with 12 teams going into the playoffs, and capitalized on it best. It was pretty exciting.
I believe I remember fellow racer, it was either Graham or Bobby Rahal, also big Ohio State Buckeye fans, claiming that they wanted Coach fired after the loss to Michigan. Glad that didn't happen.
Yeah. No,
were you that upset too?
No, not quite. I mean, Ryan Day's a heck of a coach, and if we'd have had this interview a day after the loss, it certainly would have been the same answer, honestly. We've watched him grow here at Ohio State, and but I'm just a fan. I'm fortunate. Maybe go to 2 or 3 games a year, depending on our NHRA schedule, and it is quite a scene there at the shoe for a home game. And my goal is to get to a couple away games in the coming years. But coming out of racing retirement and getting back behind the wheel is kind of a reset my schedule in that vein. And I've really enjoyed being back behind the wheel. Last year was my first year back after a 3-year hiatus, and couldn't be more fun with all the fans around the country. And we were fortunate to taste victory lane in the winter circle a few times throughout the year, and really make some good runs. So year 2 I think is really yet to be seen naturally, but I think it's going to be a great year for us.
Is this considered a sophomore season out of retirement?
Oh, come on.
I don't know what you call it, but
I know.
Feels that sounds good.
Boredom. It's called boredom.
No, it's called
The hell it is.
excitement. Come on, he's
Freaking
having fun
boredom.
again.
No, I really did. I've been guilty of saying this before. We made a transition in the family business, Jegs, at the end of 21, and which was not really in our globe, so to speak. And I stayed on with the new group for most of 22, and there was, once that kind of runway ran out, there was, a lot of time on my hands. And when this opportunity came up to hop back behind the wheel of a pro stock car again, I thought, man, I've retired from it. That I feel bad kind of coming back on that, but my circumstances have changed, and I'm really glad I made the decision. I'm very thankful for Randy Glady and everybody at Skag Power Equipment and Richard Freeman at Elite for thinking enough of me to be able to get out there and mix it up again. And it's been a ton of fun.
Freak Nation, February 6th, 7th, and 8th. Then, of course, the Super Bowl the next day. It's the Pro Skag Superstar Shootout, Bradenton, Florida. You could watch it on Flow, by the way. Jeg Coughlin, NHRA Pro Stock winner, champion. Run out of fingers talking about those. Buddy, this is going to be fun for 2025. Thank you for doing this, man. Good luck to you in Bradenton, my friend.
Hey, my pleasure. Great being on as always. And seems like you got all the kinks of the new studio worked out. Nice work.
Yeah, we got through this. That's 10 minutes. So thank you, Jaggy.
Let's do it again.
All right, buddy.
Yes.
See ya.
Peace.
That's great. That's
10 minutes.
Yeah, 10 minutes. Just get the hell out of here, will you? You happy bastard. All right. Thank you, brother.
Thank you so much.
See y'all.
See you.